Matt Everett, along with the former Rebel quarterback Caleb Herring, Steve Cofield joining alongside as well as we talk about this upcoming matchup, this upcoming season for the Rebels of UNLV, the Scarlet and Gray, taking on the Idaho State Bengals this Saturday at Allegiant Stadium. 1 o'clock kickoff here as we get the season started.
Because it is like tip-off, right? So if you look at it, the reason you got to call it week 0, it's like that issue with the NCAA tournament you're talking about. Round 1, it starts on a Thursday.
Yeah.
That Monday, Tuesday playing, like they don't want them to be playing games for those teams because they don't want to consider it playing.
Yeah.
But that's not right to call that round 1, and then round 2 is the first.
Just because it's Texas A&M and Memphis is 12
so like if
seeds,
we called this week 1, there's only 4 games. Then everyone's like, "Oh, week 2 game." Like, no, this is really week 1. It would confuse everybody. So I don't mind keeping the week 0 moniker.
Yeah.
Because it's already messed. They already messed it up in college basketball. Just call them playing games, and round 1's round 1.
Week 0 games aren't a normal thing. Not a lot of people get to participate in them, and I wondered if there was like a disadvantage in your opinion, or an advantage even with being that first set of games that go out on week 0.
It can go either way. I don't know one or the other, advantage, disadvantage. Some of the little things that go in. So, for example, for us, if we play a road game at Hawaii, we're eligible to play a week 0 game because of the extra travel time. You're eligible to do it. With this one, we had to petition the NCAA to get approval to move the game up in that scenario. And there's some rules that come along with it. So one of the ones, and we've done it before, this is not my first one. At the University of Florida, we played Miami in a week 0 game. It's kind of cool. You get a lot of attention. There's not a lot of games on. Trust me, everybody right now needs their football fix.
Yes,
Everybody is ready, right? I mean, they are like, okay, they're kind of preseasoned out with the NFL. They're trying to find ways to really enjoy preseason NFL, which is tricky. I don't mind it because I have former players and stuff playing, but they're ready for some football. So one of the things you do, we did really is take our training camp schedule, move it up 6 days because we were supposed to open on a Friday, just run the same schedule through, get ready to go play. On the back end of it, because we started 6 days before everybody else, we have to take 6 extra off days during the season that we're not allowed to practice, do anything with the players. They have to be completely away from us. The NCAA thinks that would be an advantage over others, which it's kind of ridiculous.
Season started. It's a whole different ballgame.
It's everything else. Like, you know what I mean? A bye week. You know what? We're going to give our guys a couple days off anyway. Those extra 6 days, come week 12, I don't think it's a real big game changer. But the NCAA likes to throw in crazy rules like that at us, and so we have to adjust to them.
You touched on camp there a little bit, and there's a lot of players and a lot of different ways you can use the fall camp. With so much new players on the roster, only 2 returning starters from last year's roster. Yourself being new to Las Vegas and the elements, let's say, you've got experience dealing with heat in a different way. But some of the elements of camp and introducing and installing versus prep for the game, those kind of things and decisions you make, what was that like for you this season in particular?
Well, we made some tweaks and changes and certain expectations of how we do things. But there, like you said, there's a lot of new faces. A lot of the coaches, this is my first time with them. We have a lot of new faces on the coaching staff. So a lot of learning going on from the players and the expectations. And, the one benefit they have is you have like OTAs now. So we've gotten to have a couple more walkthroughs before the season starts to get the installations ready for our guys to go learn the system. And then you limit it. I'll talk to the quarterbacks and say, I'll show them some things. We could make this check or we could adjust this within the schemes. And I'll tell them, I don't think you're ready for that yet. I'm asking you to do a couple things. If you already knew, if I just, put the problem down and you already knew all the answers to this, I could add a little bit more difficult to the equation. While you're still trying to figure this out, I don't want to make it harder. I want to make sure you're confident in what you're doing and we can help out with the other things. So we've kind of held back a little bit that way. But you're always going at the speed of the players and what they can learn and what they can what they can grasp and how much they can take in. And, we'll do that. You bring it up. And in today's world, I think everybody's similar. You look at the quarterback position. I always say, by the time you get to a 4th year in a system, you probably got a pretty good grasp of it. Right. But year 1 and 2, year 4, you should think like I think. And
Right.
You should see it how I see it, and you should be at a similar level. Well, very rarely are people playing with fourth-year quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, anywhere in America.
And that's
you
you
give credit. Look at the guy getting all the attention, Arch Manning, this year. I give Arch a lot of credit of worrying about his development over worrying, I have to play right now. I have to just worry about what's important. Get better. You're talking a guy that everyone say, boy, he's a Heisman favorite, right? Or one of them. Hasn't really even played yet. But I think it's easy to look at that and say he plays on a great team. He's a very talented player. But he's also taken the time to develop and be ready for this moment.
You brought up Arch Manning, and we do want to get to the quarterbacks. It's been a big topic of discussion throughout the offseason and then the lead up to this game. We're going to have to step aside and take a quick break. But when we come back, we'll talk about the offense. That is your specialty throughout your career. We'll talk offense, we'll talk quarterbacks, and we'll talk plenty more. This is your cutoff, by the way, for our live audience to get your question to Coach. Check in with our Learfield representatives out here on the patio for your Ask Coach a Question segment. We'll be doing that in segment 4, not the next segment, but the next one coming up. We'll talk offense on the other side. This is the Dan Mullen Coaches Show here on the UNLV Sports Network from Learfield.